Hey everyone, good Sunday afternoon. I hope everyone's having a great day, a great weekend, wherever you are, whatever part of the world you're on. Welcome. I'm glad you guys are here. And man, a lot of stuff is going on in crypto right now, which is really exciting. And again, I apologize for being late. My wife and I were running around and we were like doing the Mario Andretti thing, trying to get back here on time. So glad I was able to get here a few minutes late, but that's okay. At least I'm here. And we're going to get started in just a few minutes. I'm going to let people kind of trickle in. And we are going to talk today, guys, which is really exciting, about the bull run. And as the bull run cometh, when we can expect that, what factors could affect the likelihood of it coming in sooner or later, or what other factors could, keep us backwards, and maybe not have us go into that bull cycle as fast as we want it. There's a lot of things that we're going to talk about today, and I'm really excited to be here, guys. And let me know if you're here. Drop a comment, hit that thumbs up, that like button, let people know that we're here. So normally I do my live streams on Wednesdays, and I want to make sure my mic was on Wednesday evenings, but I may have to switch that. I'm actually, more than likely, guys, if you're watching this now or in the future, I'm going to try something a little bit different also, doing some live streams in the mornings. Now, I know you guys are probably like, Scott, what the hell, man? We're working. We can't come on at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock in the morning, and I get that. That's why we have the replay. I'm also going to be adding a couple live streams, maybe going back to Sundays. For some reason, I just like Sundays. I mean, I don't know what times work better for you guys. Let me know in the chat or in the comments section if you're watching this on the replay. But I'm going to keep you guys posted, and check out the community tab also. It's going to let you know what's going on. But let me know who's here. Who is here today watching us? It's a Sunday afternoon here in the East Coast, Florida. And a beautiful day out, and man, oh man, oh man, talk about, and I'm gonna save it. We're gonna officially kick this off in a couple of minutes. We're gonna check out the charts. We're gonna see what's going on with Bitcoin. Man, what's been going on with Bitcoin? 30K, boom, right? We're not there yet now, but we're going back and forth. But there's just a lot of factors going on. Talking about the Ripple case, and 3-0, guys, 3-0, or I should say 0-3 in regards to the SEC coming after Ripple, and man, they're getting demolished on all fronts. And then we had the spot ETF stuff going on. There's just a lot of things happening. So. But again, let me know you're here. Hit that thumbs up button. What it does is just lets YouTube know that there's people here watching. Maybe spreads it around to everybody else. So if you're here and you're getting any kind of value, hit that button, guys. I really would appreciate it. All right. So enough talk. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to go over and take a quick look at. We're going to go over to CoinMarketCap, guys. We're going to check out. We're gonna check out what's going on over here with. Let's see here. All right, let's take a look and see what's happening over here. First, we're gonna check out the Fear and Greed Index, and of course, this is an indicator of where everyone's at in regards to if people are afraid, or if they're optimistic, or they're not so much. As you can see, we're at 54 right now, which is a lot better. Earlier this week, it was in the low 40s. So again, we're fearful when we're over here on this side, right? Now we're overselling, we're liquidating, we're getting out, we're not buying, whatever. We have like a negative feeling about what's going on. Over here, now we're getting into, now people are getting more involved, more optimistic, buying more, crypto volumes are up, social sentiment is up. And so this was, I believe, like on Wednesday or Thursday, we were at 42, and now we're at 54. So, it's still kind of in this sort of like neutral area right now, but I don't think it'll take much to kick us over into this area. And let's take a look, guys. And again, let me know you're here. Let's take a look and see where Bitcoin at. Oh man, just under 30K. And let's take a look at some of the other Ethereum. Teller, let's see here. We are just XRP 52. And keep your eyes peeled, guys. I'm working on a video right now in the next day or two. I'm really excited to share that with you. I don't want to give too much away of it, but just keep your eyes peeled. Make sure you're hitting notifications. So if you're a subscriber, and if you're not a subscriber already, become one, because you're going to see whenever I post a video. Whenever a video comes out, or if it's premiere, you're going to see it. So if you haven't done that yet, subscribe, hit that notification bell, so that way you know when I'm doing videos. But we're just kind of scrolling down here, and I'm curious, what crypto are you guys most excited about? A lot of these are in the green right now. This is really exciting. A lot of things going on. So again, Bitcoin is under that 30,000 mark. Ethereum is up, not much. And then we have BNB, XRP. I've never really into the BNB token. I really haven't gotten so much into that. Solana's down. Cardano. I'm a big Cardano guy. I've been holding Cardano since spring of 2021. So it's nice to see this come up a little bit. And I will drop a little bit of a hint. My next video will involve Cardano. That's all I'm going to say. And we're just scrolling down. Let's actually, you know what? I want to take a look, because I know I have some Gala holders here. And I want to see where we are in regards to how Gala is doing. I haven't been doing a whole lot of videos with Gala right now. Let's see here. I'm going to just type this up here. Okay, let's go here. Curious to see where Gala is. All right, it's coming up. It's coming up. But man, from where it was to where it is now, it's pretty sad. We're down to like 1.39. It was lower than this earlier. So, if we go back to a 7-day, yeah. So at least we're coming up, right? But, it is what it is. And I was just curious to see where Gala was and all this kind of stuff, how everything's happening and what's going on. But so I want to talk about the bull market and when we can expect it. Again, I've actually been seeing videos of people. Why is my chair sticking out there? That's crazy. Of videos of people coming out knowing like, well, the bull run is going to definitely happen here. I'm like, how in the hell can you even predict that? No one can predict the bull cycle. Nobody can. I mean, we're seeing some good factors now. We're seeing a lot of that happen, which is exciting. But no one can tell you that, we're gonna be in the bear or the bull market in the end of 2023 or 24. I think there's a lot of signals and a lot of things that we can look for. But if anyone is telling you that they know for certain that, we are going to be hitting, the next bull cycle in whatever it is, 2023 or whatever, I don't know, man. But there's definitely, from what I see, some really good signs that are showing to me anyway that, more than likely from, again, my perspective, I really think, and this is just my gut telling me, guys, I think that in 2024, that's probably when we're going to start, maybe seeing us hit the bulls. But I want to go through this a little bit as well. And I want to show you this, guys. So this is, and I know we know this, and I'm on Coindesk right now. So the SEC has dropped its charges against Ripple CEO Garlinghouse and Chairman Larson. So basically what's been going on is the SEC is basically have kind of a hit squad for Ripple. Since the end of 2020, we know that the SEC has filed charges against Ripple. They've been this long-standing court battle with the SEC, and the SEC is claiming that Ripple is was a security. Well, it's been proven that that's not the case from a standpoint of retail investors. So this came out in I think July, I think it was. I can't remember the exact date, but the court judge came out, Judge Torres, I believe, came out and said, hey, you know what? Ripple, the XRP is not considered a security, blah, blah, blah. So that was the first. They lost that first one. Their first. That was a huge deal. And we saw kind of a pump with XRP going on that one. And then it kind of settled back down again. And then SEC came up again. They wanted to appeal the case. And this just happened a few weeks ago. And then that was shot down. So they're not able to appeal their loss from the first trial or from the first ruling. And then now it comes out. Now we're here. They've pretty much, says the regulator has included them as defendants in its securities statement evolving, blah, blah, blah. It's just basically U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission will no longer pursue claims that Ripple's CEO, Brad Garlinghouse, or Executive Chairman Chris Larson, aided and abetted the company in violating federal securities laws in its XRP transactions. The SEC was really coming after these gentlemen. I mean hard. It's one thing to come after like a business, right? Because they're trying to create a spin a narrative in their own doctrine, but they were coming after these guys personally. Aided and abetted the company in violating federal securities laws and XRP transaction, canceling a trial scheduled for next year and giving the crypto company another victory in the agency's long-running suit against it, while moving the regulator closer to appealing a federal judge's ruling in the case. According to a filing Thursday afternoon, the parties agreed to voluntarily dismiss the aiding and abetting charges against the two executives with prejudice, meaning it cannot be filed again. The SEC will continue pursuing its claims against Ripple, the filing said. Of course they are, because that would mean if they gave up, that would tell everyone, hey, we were wrong. For nearly 3 years, Chris and I have been the subject of baseless allegations from a rogue regulator with a political agenda, said Garlinghouse in a statement. Instead of looking for the criminals stealing customer funds on offshore exchanges that were courting political favor, the SEC went after the good guys. Yeah, and that's true. Ripple won it says Ripple won a major, if partial, victory in July. I don't know why they need to add that. They could have said, I think it was a major victory, guys, don't you? If you think that was a major victory for Ripple and also for crypto, post it in the comment section or the chat section below, right? Victory in July when the judges blah. So basically, I don't want to bore you with this whole thing, but basically it's just kind of another victory for Ripple, consequently meaning for crypto as a whole. Now, every time we get a victory, every time that we come out on top, it just shows that crypto is here for the long term. And by the way, for those of you who hit that like button and the thumbs up button, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. And let's come back here. So I want to talk a little bit about, and I want to get your thoughts about where we think the markets are headed. Now, again, we've still got a lot of things going on. Yes, looks like, and of course, we all know about the this is sort of like a weekend review about the false claim that the Bitcoin spot ETF iShares was approved. We found out that that wasn't the case within like a matter of 10 minutes or so, but it spiked Bitcoin like 5% within that short period of time. So, and it really kind of, I don't know, I think it kind of charged up the markets a bit, to be honest with you, because I feel, and this is just my gut telling me, guys, and I don't have any kind of technical analysis or anything along those, but this is just my feeling that I think, yes, we will see Bitcoin spot ETFs. You know, of course, this is from BlackRock. I think it's going to happen. I think if and when that does happen, we are going to see a pretty good pump in the markets. Will it be for short term or long term? I don't know. No one does. But I do think that with everything coming up, especially, don't forget, we've got the Bitcoin halving that's going to happen next year. So, and again, nothing I tell you guys is financial advice. So do your own due diligence, conduct your own research before getting involved in any crypto project, of course. But I think that it may not be a bad idea, at least that's what I'm doing, of acquiring some Bitcoin. Now, are you going to see 10x, 20x, 50x gains from Bitcoin? No, you're not. At least I don't believe so, not in this next bull run. Because the market cap is so tremendous. You know, we're at 30,000. I mean, you figure if you went 2x, that's what? 60,000, 90,000, you know? So I think that you probably can see maybe 1x or 2x in this next bull cycle. I do think that altcoin season is upon us, and I'm going to be talking a lot about altcoins because I think, in my opinion, this is where your money's going to be made, is in altcoins, whatever that looks like. Gaming, layer 2, whatever, payment processing, whatever it looks like. I think that if you have a good quality project that you're in and that you're acquiring, because again, we've talked about this, guys, and I'm like a broken record. And if you watch me, watch any of my videos, you know I've been telling you this since we've been in this bull cycle this bear market, that this is the time to acquire and accumulate and DCA, all right? Little bits at a time. It doesn't, and of course we know this already, you know, never invest more money than you can afford to lose, all right? If you got $20, it's just sitting around, what are you going to do with it? You're just going to, you know, you're going to blow it on crap, or you're going to invest it for your future. So you have that opportunity to kind of, I mean, you can do whatever you want, but again, this I think is a real good opportunity, in my view, to just continue dollar cost averaging. And you got some time. You've still got some time, okay? I've seen videos where people come out and say, oh, it's going to hit 2024. See? I did it. I haven't yawned in a video in a long time, guys. You saw that. My gut, my stomach, my intuition, again, no insight. This is just me surveying the crypto landscape. I feel, in my own opinion, that we more than likely will hit the bull cycle in 2024. You know, right now we're in kind of October, which normally October is a really popular month for crypto. All right, you see some gains. So do I think that, you know, we'll see a better October than previous? I don't know. It's starting out pretty good. Well, actually, it's almost the end of October. Wow, I can't believe it's already the end of October. So, but I think that at some point in 2024, that's when, in my view, we could see the bull start running, right? And just start taking people out. And then you're going to start seeing people come back in. And then you're going to see the crypto total market cap for crypto go up. And I wouldn't be surprised, because I have a feeling And I've been hearing this, and I believe it, that this next bull cycle could be the greatest one we've experienced because of all the new development, because of all the exposure, because of all those factors. Projects who've been around for years who are developing partnerships with more traditional finance, or they're really coming up with ingenious ways to solve problems. I think that will lend those who are involved in crypto a good heads up. Again, being smart, having a strategy, having a plan, taking profits, continue DCAing if that's what you choose you want to do. There's so much opportunity right now. It's off the chain. It's out of control. But we never again want to trade on emotion. We never want to invest in emotion. Now, there's a lot of stuff going on right now still that, we still don't have any really clear-cut regulation going on in the United States. Now we have the Speaker of the House who we're trying to figure out who he is going to be. For a little bit, the interim, it was Patrick McHenry, which I like him a lot. And then this other gentleman, his name I forget his name. Post it in the comments section. I had totally forgotten his name. He's tried 3 times and he's been not voted in. Tom Emmer is also someone who is on a short list, which I would be okay too, because he's like a straight shooter, pro crypto, and we'll just have to see. So depending on how that all goes, and then we have this whole, craziness, insanity over in Israel, and the markets don't like war, right? When you have those factors in, so I think that needs to stop. So those are things I think that could drag this on, and of course interest rates, because we like to view ourselves in crypto as an island unto ourselves. Well, we're not, because we are still tied to traditional markets. We are still tied to the centralized banking system. I'm sorry, but we are. Interest rates going up. What's the Fed going to do? That affects us as it does everything else. So even though we're in crypto, blah, 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 Bitcoin, everything follows Bitcoin. We know that. But I think Bitcoin sort of kind of follows the markets right now. What's going on? What's the sentiment across the nation, the United States? So, but I will say this, that, I think in the last bull cycle, and I can't remember offhand, I think we hit close to 60,000 for Bitcoin. Pretty close, 57, 60. If I'm wrong, let me know. Now, could we hit 100,000 this next bull cycle? That's a tall order. That's a tall order, but I believe we can get back to where we were before and more. So I think anyway, there's a lot of positive stuff happening in the crypto space. I think there's a lot of positive things going on in general. We're becoming more, I don't want to say mainstream, but there's a lot more adoption. There's a lot more exposure with crypto, and people are getting educated, right? We fear things we don't understand. And I think that we have a few educated politicians who have an idea of what crypto is about. They're spreading their knowledge as well as us spreading knowledge for those who don't, right? So when we're in a crypto winter, it's like crickets. It's like nothing's going on. And once you start seeing things change, like there's a lot of people I believe who are in crypto who left for whatever reason, or they were unfortunately part of the whole FTX fiasco, which is what Brad Garlinghouse had alluded to, saying, the SEC should be going after those guys, not us. And I agree 100%. But, it's like the SEC has an agenda, has a narrative. I shouldn't say the SEC. Chairman Gensler has a narrative, has an agenda. And right now, he's not doing very well, you know. So a lot of things are going to play out. I think a lot is going to be impacted, of course, by spot ETF for Bitcoin, right? Of course, exchange traded fund. So if that gets approved, that will really, I think, start the wheels in motion to be to a full-on bull cycle. So I think my gut's telling me we're close. We just need a little bit more of a push, and maybe a couple pushes, and I think we'll be off to the races. So anyway, I wanted to come on and share this with you guys. So there's hope. I'm excited for the future. So I believe and I'm going on record saying that I believe, I don't know for a fact, I don't have a crystal ball, but my gut, my heart, everything is telling me that 2024 is going to be the year, is going to be when we kind of come out of this bear, because this bear cycle kicked our ass, right? It really did. I mean, and it still kind of has. But the upside is, depending on your mindset, depending on your philosophy, this is a discount. Because again, if you invested in crypto projects before this that were just going crazy and nothing's changed, if anything, they've developed. We've had 2 years where projects have been working on developing and expanding their ecosystem, creating more partnerships, developing better methods, opportunities for just all kinds of things happening. What can we expect? I think we can expect the projects that have lasted and show they're continuing to last, have staying power, to shine in this next bull cycle. So this is also a good opportunity to get in at the lowest price. Cardano was $3.10 at its height in September 1st of 2021. I was there. I had Cardano. I refused to take profits, right? Because I was like, you know what? I'm not selling. So look what they've done since then. How can they not go back to that all-time high? How can they not surpass that all-time high in their next bull run? And then we've got H-bar, and then we've got V-chain, and we've got, so many. We got, XRP now. Then you got XLM. You've got Web3 gaming. Even though Gala's taking a hit, right? They're getting shit hammered right now. But I do believe they still have potential to really be a top gaming platform. So I hope you guys got some value from this video. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do hit that notification bell. You want to be a member of our Blockchain Explorers member for our group, go to our community section, click on the description in this live stream after. Become a member. It's like $3.99 a month, and you're going to have live streams. You get shout outs. You get this cool badge, let you know that you're a part of our group. And man, I just value you all, each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being a part of our family. And I will see you guys all soon here at the Crypto Dojo. And remember, crypto never sleeps.